Okay guys, so we are now on our next live Q&A with another one of our successful members. But for every journey with all the people I speak to, there are highs, lows, successes, failures, struggles. So not one journey is like a complete smooth ride, and I'm sure when we go through some questioning with Ruth, because this is Ruth Archer, you can see on screen now her pictures to date, where she's obviously become a lot leaner, a lot lighter, a lot fitter, a lot stronger, and I'm probably sure a lot more confident and happier. So this is Ruth. So we're going to go through Ruth's journey today. So first off, Ruth, you can say hi first.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. So first question.
Okay.
Why did... I'm just going to call it exercise. I'm not really going to say why did you join Live Life Light. I'm just going to say why did you start? Why did you start exercise?
Oh God, well that's years ago. I started when I was at uni, hated PE through school. I've done various exercise over the years, and I was stuck in a rut, so I'd been recommended Live Life Light by a friend, and said, why don't you go there? Because I've always been, on this constant battle of exercising, trying to lose weight, and not really achieving great results.
Yeah.
And I'd sort of seen the results that you were getting there, and thought, well, I'd give it a try. So I joined at the end of March, and basically started doing the classes. I was losing weight slowly, steadily, because I was in the mindset of, if I exercise during the week, I can do whatever I want at the weekend.
Yeah.
I can have a glass of wine in the evening, because it's all good, because I am still losing weight. But then in June, I joined the Fat Furnace course, which completely changed my whole outlook, mindset, everything to do with fitness, because it became more of looking outside the box. You need to do more than just exercise.
Yeah.
You need to look at your calorie intake and nutrition, and basically work harder than I was. I was having an easy ride, really. So I did the Fat Furnace, had very successful results from the first one. I lost 27 centimetres and 13 pound over the 3 weeks. So that sort of spurred me on then to carry on.
Yeah. Okay, so in your you can't see your picture on the screen, but your picture on the screen, so even at, your before and after picture that you posted, even at your before picture, probably most people wouldn't have even classed you as really being overweight compared to, do you know when you think of like overweight, even though you probably in reality you probably were overweight, but because obviously society now, everyone's a lot bigger, you probably didn't even look overweight to start off with, so you're probably comfortable in the fact that, you weren't in as bad condition as probably most other people you came across.
Right. That's right, and people would say, oh, you look great, I don't know what you're worried about, you don't need to lose weight really, things like that. I mean, I suppose I was probably about a size 12 at the time, but I had been an 8 before.
Yeah.
Well, about 12 years before. And slowly got bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay,
so when you say that you were stuck in a rut, so you said that you were stuck in a rut, what do you mean by stuck in a rut?
Well, I was just doing the same thing, sort of week in, week out, doing the same class 5 times a week.
Yeah.
There was no variety to my fitness. I was just doing one form of exercise.
Yeah. 5
days a week.
Yeah.
And then enjoying, as I said, my wine in the evening.
Yeah.
And going out at the weekend, really.
Okay, without obviously naming exactly where you were and what you were doing, what when you say you were doing 5 of the same sessions, what was the exercise form? What were you doing?
Spinning.
Okay, so you're spinning.
Yeah.
So So the problem with spinning is the fact that it's very, once you hit a certain level, it's very, very hard to progress any further because all you've got is a resistance dial on the bike.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to make spinning harder and harder and harder and harder is like ridiculously difficult once you get to a certain level. And I've found it with a lot of people that they, especially if they just rely upon spinning alone, because obviously spinning's a decent exercise, high calorie burn, but they can become complacent and not get, the body won't get as much of a shock after a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can remember after going to the first class, I did the 7-day free trial. I can remember leaving with my friend that I joined with and got in the car. I just looked at her and I just went, you know, we're going to lose some weight here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I knew that, you know, I left feeling completely different. You know, absolutely knackered, really. So I was quite excited to start, really.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that most people are guilty of is that they stay with things too long.
Yeah.
So say
it was convenient.
Yeah.
I was going, you know, it was convenient. It was nearby. It fitted with my routine.
Yeah, because what people do is they stay in things far too long, but like I said, when something, because in reality there's a shelf life to most things. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to move gym or whatever, but you certainly have to change things up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's not just for your body, that's for your mind and your motivation and to, do you know what I mean? We're most happy when we see progression. It's like, I know that you do like pole dancing and aerial fit, so it's like you going to your class and being taught the same move every week for a year. And for the first few weeks, fine, you'd feel good, you'd see progression. Then after that, you'd just be bored shitless because there's no progression and you'd probably quit. Okay, so obviously you've produced some really good results, and we can see on screen your pictures. You look amazing. You must feel amazing. Tell me, like, if we had to look at three of the biggest things that you did to get the results that you got. So you got better results. So what are the biggest three things that you did to get those results? Because obviously you were stuck in a rut, you decided to join us, but what were the three, apart from joining us, what were the three biggest things that you did to get results?
Well, obviously vary my exercise routine.
Okay, what did you start adding?
Weights.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah, just adding the weights really through the classes. The power classes really were the ones that I sort of enjoyed doing the most because it was completely different than anything I'd done before.
Yeah.
But then, you know, as time's gone on, you know, I've got to enjoy the other classes as well. But as well as that, changing my diet, using MyFitnessPal to track my calories and, you know, recording my weight every week, taking measurements and things like that.
Okay, so what we've got is, you said you varied your exercise by basically including weight training.
Yes.
Was there any reason why you didn't do weight training to start off with? Why you went straight to spinning?
Well, no, I've done sort of kettlebells, things like that before, but I've never been a fan of the gym. It doesn't excite me very much. It's more classes, but I think that's probably because I haven't explored the gym very much.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm looking to do sort of now, really.
Yeah, I think you massively bang on it there. I think that people don't give, they don't try everything. I think they come in single-minded. I want to do this. I'm only good at that. I can't do anything else. And they stay in that same pattern, but that same pattern, obviously, like I said, only has a certain shelf life. And like I said, as soon as you start opening your eyes up to possibilities and getting involved, like you did a course, you did the Fat Furnace, and you've taken, you've done two. You've taken part in like our mindset challenges. So one of the key things that we try and do as a gym is try and keep people to have a goal and be focused. And we find that's usually why people go off the rails, because they have a lack of focus.
Yeah.
So you said that you use MyFitnessPal to track your food.
Yeah.
So what did that open your eyes to?
How many calories are actually in foods.
Yeah.
And looking at the sort of the types of food that you're eating, you think you're eating a healthy option. So, for example, if I thought I'd have wholemeal rice with something, it was actually something like 300 calories in one little portion of rice. Yeah. And it was just opening my eyes to things like that, really.
Yeah. Looking at, like, actually what food... Because we perceive, for some reason, we've got this perception that having, like, pasta and rice and stuff like that, baked potatoes... We think that they're healthy, and it's because we hear a lot of, like, so like when you hear a lot of professional athletes, they talk about their diet and what they're having, but what we fail to realise is that these professional athletes are physically active and training for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours per day, so they have the allowance for that. When most of us were doing what me and you are doing now, is we're sat down most of the day, so we're not actually burning many calories. And also you said you've added the weights, you used MyFitnessPal, which to be fair, every single person I've spoken to that has started doing it has been more successful when they've used it than when they've not. And you said that you've tracked your weight. Why was that important?
Just so you can see that what you're doing is working, that you're doing the right things, that the weight's coming down. But also the measurements as well, seeing them come down has been probably a bigger buzz, really, and getting into clothes that I haven't worn for years, having a size 8 pair of jeans back on and they're a little bit baggy around the waist is a good feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine it. I can imagine how good it's like when someone produces a personal best in a run or something. That's the same equivalent to someone reaching a goal where they like feel amazing in their skin.
Yeah.
But obviously the key that you said is tracking and turning up each week no matter what and getting weighed and measured. Because what people do is, I know so many people, they come to the gym and they say, right, what I'm doing is I'm going to get started and I'm going to weigh and measure myself in 6 to 8 weeks and see what's happened. But the problem is what if what you're doing isn't working?
That's it.
Why would you want to wait 6 to 8 weeks to find that out? Why wouldn't you want to? Because initially, especially the first 1, 2, 3 weeks, the weight should start falling off you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't do it in the first 1, 2, 3 weeks, if you carry on the same formula, it's not going to happen.
No.
So you obviously had a good attitude to come in and get weighed and measured. And obviously, was there any times where you didn't feel that the results did match your efforts? Or did they go?
Really.
Did they go the same way all the time?
The same way all the time. I worked hard.
Yeah, so you worked hard because unfortunately for most people they don't always go like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for you it's probably like momentum, because like once you get one good result, you want another good result. You want another good result.
Yeah. The thing is as well, I think I've got a really good support network around me, both at home and going to the gym. I share a lift with Tracy and Jane in the morning. So if I feel like not going, I think, I'm letting them down because we're all going together. And I think it's the same for them, really. If you've committed to somebody else that you're going to go with them, it does make things easy to do.
Yeah, because obviously...
Because it is easy just to think, I'm tired this morning, I'm just going to turn off my alarm and go back to sleep. Especially now it's darker in the morning.
Yeah.
But I know I'm picking them up, so I'm letting them down.
Yeah, because it plays on your mind and your emotions, doesn't it? You don't want to message them. You don't want to let people down.
That's right.
And that's the power of accountability and support and having a good network of people.
Yeah.
So then, since you've obviously started the weights, the MyFitnessPal tracking and stuff like that, what other daily habits, apart from them three, what other daily habits have you sort of added in? I know you're now a massive morning exerciser.
Yeah.
So why do you think you opt for a morning exercise session?
Well, I did mornings before.
Yeah.
I've been doing mornings for about 12 months before I came to Live Life Light, so I was used to doing that. But it was just easier for me. I've got 3 daughters who, in the evening it's a lot of the time taken up with them, taking them to clubs or just to see friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just easier for me. In the morning it was done, it was out of the way.
But do you think that?
Up and ready.
Do you think that? What do you think the difference is for you if your exercise session was either only in the evening or only in the morning? Do you think the morning has more of an impact on your day, or do you think you'd be better off if you left it to the evening?
I don't know. I've never really thought about that.
Do you think so? What I'm trying to go down the road.
Evenings as well.
Yeah. Now, what I'm trying to say is that do you think that by you exercising at 6 a.m.
Yes.
that you're up, you're ready?
You're more energised for the day.
Do you think that
you're not rushing in the morning, sort of, having a lie-in,
yeah,
and then rushing, I've got to leave for work, I've got to get the girls to school. It's kind of, I'm home, I'm having my breakfast, get ready, take the girls to school, then go to work.
Yeah.
It's, and you're more awake.
And I think that people are far more productive and they make better food choices when they exercise in the morning as well, because they feel like I've been to the gym, blah, blah, blah. So you're being proactive rather than reactive, like if people leave their exercise session to the evening, which isn't a problem, because if that's all you can do, you can do. I just think that when you exercise in the morning, it just starts you off in the right mindset.
I mean, I used to be, I had friends who trained in the morning before I started in the mornings, and I'd be like, I don't know, you can get up at that time and do exercise. Oh, it'd make me feel sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd feel so bad doing it. But now I'm doing it, I don't. And I'll speak to friends and I'll be like, oh, but you get up, early and do it. And I said, if you started doing it, it just becomes routine and it just becomes normal.
Yeah.
To exercise in the morning, and you would get used to it.
Yeah. The only problem for a lot of people, the problem is the fact that they don't. So say if you're going to say if you usually get up at 8 a.m. and now you're getting up at 5 a.m. There's 3 hours there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you have to readjust your going to bed time, because you can't.
Right. You go to bed quite early.
Yeah, you can't go to bed at 11, 12 p.m. if you're getting up at 5, because that's when people become tired, fatigued, and they don't want to get up.
No.
So what other daily habits do you think you've now got that are sort of helping you stay motivated, helping you do what you're meant to be doing and keep you focused?
I don't know.
Have you got daily habits? Anything?
Not really.
So you go to the gym first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You track your food.
I track my food. I spend a lot of time preparing food.
So preparation.
Yeah.
So do you do that on a certain day, or
not really?
Just every day?
Just or as and when, I'll do it one day, and I'll do it for 2 or 3 days in advance.
Do you take any sort of supplements, vitamins?
No, I do. I will have a green smoothie every now and then.
Yeah.
Not every day, because sometimes it's quite hard to fit it in with my calorie intake.
Yeah.
Because I've just readjusted my calories this morning, in fact, and I'm actually with the 20% off for weight loss. I'm on 1,144, which isn't a lot to play with, really.
No.
So I need to sort of make careful choices.
Yeah. Because what obviously, if you're still aiming for weight loss, one of the biggest problems is that people they do like we aim for 20% off your maintenance level.
Yeah.
So people tend to like go too big, too deep.
Yeah.
So they try and like deduct thousands off their target.
Yeah.
So no wonder that they're starving, their energy levels are low, and they can't sustain it.
Yes.
So yeah. So you got 3 girls.
Yes.
So how old are they?
12, 14 and 16.
Oh, they're coming into the nightmare years.
You know what? They're good girls.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I am
Wait,
lucky.
every parent says that.
Yeah. But they don't.
Okay, so what do they think of you?
They think it's great. I mean, my eldest one's not as interested in joining the gym, but my younger 2 can't wait. They're like, oh, when can we come and join when can we go to the gym with you? And
yeah,
they're really into their fitness, and yeah, I mean, they love it. They don't mind. They know that I get up and go to classes in the morning, and then they're happy in the evening if I say, I'm just going to pop out to the gym. They're very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're older, so it does make things easier than having younger children.
Yeah. Do they do you believe that, like, obviously you've got in fantastic shape, you're looking after your fitness, you're probably in a better health situation than ever. Is part of it for them?
Well, I suppose so. I'd like to think that I'm a good role model for them.
Yeah.
Sort of lead by example.
Yeah.
I could live my life a lot differently than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that obviously your kids will generally be a product of their environment.
Yes.
So the way they'll pull their habits and their patterns of living generally from the people they spend the most time with, and obviously one of them is going to be you.
Yes.
So I think, do you believe that it's important that as a parent you should be like proactive and be a role model?
Yeah, definitely.
Or because some people just think they should let their kids make their own choices and live the way they want.
No, I wouldn't agree with that. No, they like their own routines as well.
Yeah.
So they know what I do. They know what they do with their sort of clubs.
Yeah.
I'm here for them when they need me.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of here every day when they come home from school, and yeah, I think they like that I'm enjoying what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
And they know that happy mum makes happy home.
Happy wife is happy life. Yeah. Do you reckon they know the difference when you exercise versus when you haven't exercised?
Probably. I'd probably be a bit more crabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've spoke about this.
That mum would come out.
I've spoke about this a few times. People think that the gym is just a direct relation to weight loss, fitness, but what they don't correlate it to is mindset and mental fitness. Do you know what I mean? So what do you think exercise does for you, like mentally?
It's my escape. It's coming and doing exercise. It's when I'm just sort of me. That I'm not somebody in work. I'm not a daughter. I'm not a mum. I'm not a sister. It's just me. It's my sort of time that I have. It's my time out from the day, really. It's my stress release.
Yeah.
It's my escape, really, from day-to-day life.
Escape's quite a good word.
Yeah.
Quite a good word.
The only person I have to worry about is me.
Yeah, because I think that like my mood can instantly, I can like be in a bad mood or whatever, and then I go to the gym and I can come back after half an hour or an hour and I can have a completely different mindset, a completely different view, completely different energy levels, completely different everything.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter what I did in the gym. It could be the very easiest of workouts, or it could be the most difficult, whatever it may be. But it definitely, like I notice when people I'm close to, when they usually exercise and they haven't exercised, I can tell like a difference in their mood and their obviously stress levels, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So obviously you've done quite a lot over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Now one of the biggest reasons why people become complacent and then they lose their results is because they reach a goal and they hit it, but they don't plan for after the goal. You know what I mean? They do all this big massive effort to, like you, get to where you've got, and then all of a sudden they don't plan for after that. They don't plan the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. So tell me some of the, over the next like 12 months, tell me, are there any things that are going on in your mind that you're thinking, well, I want to do X, Y, Z, this is how I'm going to stay focused, type of thing?
Well, I've signed up to do Tough Mudder next September.
Cool.
With some of the guys from the gym.
Brill.
So that's one thing that I'll be working towards. And the other thing is that I'm going to sign up to do the triathlon as well, that's being discussed at the moment.
Yeah, that's a busy September.
Pardon?
That's a busy September because they're both in September, aren't they?
But at least, the training will go towards both of them.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't know, just keep on track with everything that I'm doing, keep enjoying it.
But
take in a situation that I'm not enjoying it anymore.
Yeah, the problem.
I like doing the monthly mindset challenges.
Yeah.
I like doing those if I can do them. That helps keep me focused.
Yeah.
And I haven't taken part in any of the competitions yet, but I might do. And I'm starting. I'm using my PT sessions this month.
Brill.
So I'm going to start with that this month as well. So really, I'm hoping from doing that, that'll help me sort of build more goals. Because as far as the gym's concerned, I still feel a little bit lost.
Yeah.
And unfocused when it comes to the gym, whereas with classes I'm okay.
Yeah.
But with the gym.
Why I say that is because obviously people are happier when they see in progress. So even though you've seen progress over the last 12 months, massive progress, what we don't want you to fall into is then, like maintenance. Okay, it is great, but when we stop seeing any type of improvement, we start to become complacent with ourselves. And that's where, like, I see people drop off and they start doing stupid shit and they start, like, whether it's regaining the weight, losing the fitness, not attending as much. Do you know what I mean? Because they haven't got focuses. So one of the key areas that I try and push is to make sure people, like we did with the focus day, is to make sure that in small blocks of time, you've got outcomes that you want to achieve to keep yourself focused. Okay, so last question. How do you think that our gym, how do you think that our gym helps people?
Well, I think it's more of a support network than a gym. I've been a member of a gym before. Well, actually, I won a year's membership to a gym and I went 5 times. Because I didn't really enjoy it when I went, and I kept thinking I'll go, but I didn't, because it was literally you just went and you left on your own. Whereas at Live Life Light, it's a support network. It isn't just turning up and you feel like you're not just a number there. You feel that yourself and the trainers, you genuinely care about the results that people are getting, and very encouraging really, and all the members are so encouraging as well.
Yeah.
I think everybody is just so friendly, and it's just a really positive place to go. If anyone was thinking of joining, it's just so supportive. No one would ever sort of turn up, and nobody would ever judge anybody for what their abilities are. Yeah. Or what they look like. Everyone's accepted for who they are, and everyone wants to support each other to get the results that they want.
So our key main areas that we try and support people is support, accountability and belief. There are three sort of key things to our business. So obviously we support people with trying to give them as much opportunity as possible. We try and have accountability so that people are being tracked, and also we try and like make people do stuff and give them belief that they can possibly do more than what they think that they're capable of.
Definitely. I mean, I know that in the Fat Furnace courses I did things that I'd never dream I'd think of doing, you know, walking up Gwyney, well, meant to be running, but walking up Gwyney Hill carrying 40 kilograms of kettlebells.
Yeah.
You know, I never in my wildest dreams would have done anything like that before.
Do you know what, Ruth? People will think, why the fuck, what has walking up Gwyney Hill with 40 kilos kettlebell got to do with anything until you've done it?
Exactly.
Until you've done it,
I just have a little cry at the bottom when everyone had gone ahead, and I felt very alone, but I thought, no, I can do it, and I will do it, and I was partnered up with Dave, who was fantastic, so supportive, and I did it, and the achievement when I got to the top was just immense, really.
Yeah, but that's it. It's you put in a situation where you've got doubt, you're scared, you don't think you can do it, and then you overcome that, and then what the outcome of it is the belief factor that at the bottom of the hill you thought it was impossible. Then 45 minutes to an hour later you're at the top and you've succeeded in something you never thought you could do.
That's it.
And that's the key of taking people outside. When you said right at the start of this interview, you said you needed to come out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And until you come out of your comfort zone, you don't actually know what you're capable of doing.
No.
Oh. Okay. So, firstly, well done on your results today. I'm sure, everyone's massively proud of you. You've had loads of great feedback. I'm sure your kids are proud of you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you should be proud of yourself. And hopefully, what you've said may have helped someone else.
Hopefully.
And thank you for doing this. I know it's nerve-wracking. I know it's scary. But like I said, this is another way of. Like I said, having the confidence to do something like this. This comes from other things that you've done. Do you know what I mean? So thank you very much. I'll let you go to wherever you're going now or whatever you're doing.
Okay.
And hopefully in 12 months we might have another catch up and see exactly what you've done.
Okay.
After the triathlon.
Yeah.
Okay? Thanks for your time, Ruth, and I'll see you soon. Okay?